And what a big night for the mascot, young Michael Pearson. The referee tosses up, has a left with Ali Robertson aside. It'll be Dynamo to kick off, attacking the south bank to our right. They're in the all-white strip, Wolves in their traditional gold and black. Kostin gives an early touch of the ball. Phil Chard chips one in. It's well picked up by Andy Mutch. Gooding. That's a testing cross. Well, if only Tim Steele, or rather almost want everyone to touch the ball before it enters the opposition's half. That's a good ball forward for Andy Mutch. He's got behind the defence, but great recovery there by Mo. Not a good ball though, straight into the path of Dennison, but cut out coolly and calmly. And Dobrovolsky now plays it out. Kostin, Karatayev gets the better there of Ali Robertson. That's a good ball inside. Feeding out to the left. Not a good ball, but their catch now. Can he tease his way past? Gets the cross in. A good header away by Gary Bellamy though. But the danger's not clear yet. Inside. Kolovanov. Chard. Mutch. Gooding. Ball. He's open in the box. Oh dear me, he couldn't get over the top of the ball. He couldn't get the volley in as he would have liked. To Dobrovolsky as he bursts down the left. He's got a good turn of pace. He goes past the Wolves defence, past Gooding, gets a good cross in. That was no problem for Tony Lange. Came back to Dobrovolsky. Kalyatev. Kiriakov tries to find way into the area, but it's blocked. But still they hold possession. Kalyatev again. A good clearance there over his head by Ali Robertson, and Nigel Vaughan's away now. Nothing up ahead of him though, no options. And now he feeds it wide for Tim Steele. Can he show his paces here? Get a good cross in. Unfortunately, it just came off the legs of the... get them past the defence, but it's Wolves coming forward now. Mark Vaughan is picking up. It's a good cross in, Bull can't get hold of it. It'll be Dennison now, out to Steele. Trying to find himself space for the cross. Gets it in, but well headed away there by Mo. Andre Mo to Wolves, the first corner of the match. Headed on. Ali Robertson at the front post. A shot coming in. Drops to Nigel Vaughan. Not a good header from him though. And that'll be cleared by Kobelев. Straight back to Уваров. The Russians here, a slow methodical build-up. Bellamy. Good header down by Nigel Vaughan, cushioned the ball down for Steve Bull. That's a good shot coming in, but it cannons away to the edge of the area. The cross, the danger's not clear yet for Dynamo, and that's a great shot. What a superb goal there from Robbie Dennison. He curled his shot round two players, the cross coming in, it dropped, he nearly fell over, curled it just past the diving Uvarov, and that good reading of the game now by Phil Chard. Saw the problem, cut in, feeds Steve Bull for the shot, into the Wolves half. Threatening from the edge of the area. That's a great ball through, but well read by Mutch. Now bursts into the Moscow half. The chip across to the right-hand side. Mutch just couldn't get on the end of it. But the danger not cleared. Steele, the cross in. Just away from... and Steele. Good build-up involving plenty of players here. And Steele tricks his way inside. Tries a shot. Well, it wasn't a bad shot. Into the Wolves half. Kalyatev, well, it's a great tackle by Ali Robertson, but it's not clear yet, and Kolovanov bursts through into the area, but Lange quickly off his line. A double save there by Tony. Plenty of space ahead of him, finds Bull. That's a good ball out to the left for Mutch. Can he get the cross in? It's a good cross, but Uvarov, easily collects it. He's a big man, he's going on a sponsored walk I think now. Surely 4 steps have been exceeded. Whether they are quite that strict on that rule in Russia, I'm not sure. Giving the friendly referee, Mr. Seville, will turn a blind eye, I'm sure. But now danger for Wolves as Kiriakov goes past Ali Robertson. The cross comes in. That's a great shot, but just... Good work again, and he's brought down by Mark Venus, and the free kick conceded. No, in fact, he leaves it for Kolovanov. Almost lethargic, the way that the free kick's taken, and he's tricked his way past Robbie Dennison. The cross comes in, and twice the cross comes in, but Vaughan makes the clearance. Dobrovolsky had made the run, but outside him is Kolovanov. Cuts his way inside. A good tackle. Feeds it out left to Robbie Dennison. Mark Venus on the overlap. Will he use him? Cuts inside. Tries the shot himself. That's a good shot. And Uvarov had 8 caps for Wolves. And Lev Yashin, the great cat of Russian goalkeepers. To Tim Steele again on the right. Lurking there. It's a good... Mutch unmarked, and Bull tries the overhead kick. It almost drops under the... Bring it forward into the Wolves' half. Looks for space. Left there for Kaletayev to cross it. Back inside, just defeating him. Well, that's a superb save by Tony Lange. Had to recover from... on the end of it. Inside now for Kolovanov. Can he find space? Tries the shot. Well, it took a slight... It'll come back to Kobelov. It's a good chip ball forward, and Dobrovolsky's the man in the box. Can he turn for the shot? Trying to trick his way past Nigel Vaughan, but Vaughan keeps in there, but the referee waves play on, and it's inside now for Mick Gooding. Ball goes away, points where he wants it. Instead he chooses Andy Mutch. Well, he checks back and finds Robbie Dennison now. The ball played across for Nigel Vaughan. Mick Gooding cuts inside, tries the shot. Well, a little bit of a word of warning to Mr. Robertson, the Wolves captain. Quickly taken, space in the box. Kolovanov, the cross back. Time for the shot. Well... Finds Steele in space on that right hand side. Can he get the cross in? Yes, it's a good cross for Mutch, but not a good header from the Wolves number 10, but he gets there ahead of Uvarov. And his hand takes on Shabitov outside. Has he got the pace to beat him? Yes, he's round the full back. The cross is coming in, but Uvarov there once again aware of the danger, and this time quickly feeds the ball. A real opportunity there for Dynamo as the ball was inside Mark Venus, but now Bull and Uvarov quickly off his line for Kobelov. Kolovanov's gone on the run down the middle. Has he got the speed? He takes it on. He's brought down in the area. A penalty, surely, referee. Well, Wolves can count themselves. Makes the run through from midfield. That's a good cross in. Mutch can't quite rise to it, and Karatayev makes the clearance. Slows it down a little. Gets the ball back from Kiriakov. Looking for the 1-2, Karatayev. Kiryatov, can he get space for the shot? Offside. Well spotted by the linesman. Kobelov again. Kiriakov, he's switched sides, beautifully past Chard, gets the cross in. Well, Mark Venus had and intent upon maintaining that 1-goal lead. Moscow Dynamo area. Bull, a good flick on there. Well, Uvarov quickly off his line to deny Nigel Vaughan, but the danger's not clear yet as Bull tries a strike. Beautifully tipped away there. And cheeky flick on there by Mick Gooding, which well read by Dobrovolsky. And Kobelev now bursting into the Wolves half. He's got Karatayev outside him, or rather Kiriakov. Back to Kobelev. That's a good cross inside. Tony Lange puts it onto the post. Well, it ricochets outside to Mick Gooding, or rather Robbie Dennison it is, who looks for the cross. That's a good header by Steve Bull, just past Uvarov's left. Forward for Чернышев. Kolyavanov feeds the substitute, Novgorodev. And it's, well, I'm not quite sure who put that in the back of the net. I think it was Ali Robertson who conceded an own goal. Novgorodev flicked it forward. There were claims for offside, and Kobelev it was who sent the ball towards the net, and Ali Robertson comes into the action. But Tim Steele now gets behind the Dynamo defence. Mutch couldn't bring it down. Inside for Dennison. Good combination. Back to Dennison. That's towards Bull. Can he get on the end of it? Go Dynamo on corners. Floated in by Tim Steele. A clearance. Well brought down by Phil Chard. Outside for Tim Steele again. Tricks his way past the Moscow defence. That'll be easily Uvarov's. Collects it well under pressure from Wolves captain Ali Robertson. That's Derkach again. Outside for Dobrovolsky. Into the Wolves area. Can he pull it back? Oh, just out of the reach there of Kolyavanov. Couldn't quite, as it took a deflection from Kiriakov. The ball in the second half than he did in the first. That's a great ball out to the right hand side. Substitute Novgorodov. Kiriakov. That'll be a goal kick. That was a superb ball out from Dirk. It's a good kick from Tony Lange. Offside flag, but the referee waves. Play on. That's a good ball forward. Ball's in there. Chests it down. Fires it home. 2-1. You can't give Bull that kind of chance. A great crossfield ball, chested down into his own path and slotted home past Uvarov, who'd come to try and steal it off the Wolves number 9. Now, what can the Russians find? Derkach. He's quite fond of that little step over the ball. Will he do it again to try and find himself space? Tricks it back inside. Well marshalled by Phil Chard. Watching the ball. Left by Dobrovolsky. The shot. Well, I think it was Kolyavanov again. Dobrovolsky. Kolyavanov. Well, before he was brought crashing to the ground there must have been at least a dozen passes strung together to create the opportunity. And it was Robbie Dennison who brought Kolyavanov down. And it's a free kick in a very dangerous area now for Wolves. Dobrovolsky could well curl one round the Wolves wall. Tony Lange calling for more cover. He realises there's a danger from the Russian. Dobrovolsky fires one in. Lange was equal to the shot, but Kirьяков came in, tried to get the rebound, but Gary Bellamy denied him, and he fired it. Infringement. McGooding wanting to take it, takes it quickly for ball, tumbling down, but referee waves play on. Mo plays it outside to Derkach, to Dobrovolsky, forward for Kirьякov. He's got the speed, McGooding chasing after him. Kiriakov's got a good turn of pace. Can he find space for the shot? Flicks it inside. Lange denies him there with a late tip away with his left hand, but a great run by Kiriakov. McGooding really left in his wake as he burst into the Wolves' half, but the danger is not clear as Derkach finds Kolovanov. Shapes to make the cross. Outside again. That's a chipped cross which Tony Lange collects. Which couldn't get the header in as Mo, but it... 90,000 people turned up at Ibrox Park in Glasgow to see them play on that occasion. Robbie Dennison. Чернышев denies him. Kostin. Substitute Neyman's making a run, and that's aimed towards him, but Phil Chard feeds it out to McGooding. But once again the Russians come forward with Derkach. Inside to Kiriakov, dummies over the top of it, and substitute Novgorodov finds the back of the net. A lovely worked goal. You had the feeling that it was inevitable as they came forward in numbers there. Kiriakov dummying over it for Novgorodov to slot it home past a despairing Tony Lange. That's 2-2. Good work. Venus. Robbie Dennison finds Venus behind the Russian defence, and ball's there! Oh, what a superb save! Tried to get the rebound and in the process injured a Russian defender, but the goal kick inside for Kiriakov. Again the Russians coming forward in numbers. Neyman, Derkach, Dobrovolsky. They can't give him too much space. Chips the cross back inside. Away by linesman's permission anyway. Mo. That's a dangerous ball back. Bull feeds on the backpack pass. Well, he can't do that when Steve Bull's lurking. Tried to find his own keeper. Straight into the path of Steve Bull. And once again he slots it past the despairing Uvarov. Makes the late dive. And there the familiar raised finger of Steve Bull. Gorodov takes the free kick quickly to Kiriakov. Cuts inside Mark Venus beautifully. He's got such pace, this Russian number 11. That's a great header down. What a superb save by Tony Lange. And a little full back now. Inside again to Dobrovolsky. Good work. While Derkach will be disappointed that he didn't get as substitute Keith Downing. On for Wolves now, feeds it back and takes the return pass. McGooding inside for Nigel Vaughan. A good combination and a great save by Uvarov. Gooding. corner there. Into the Wolves half now comes the substitute. That's a good ball out to Dobrovolski. On the edge of the area, tries to trick space for the shot. Fire one in. Dobrovolski lurking on the edge of the area. Fires it into... Tries the shot, in fact. Was aware of the danger and dived to deny him at the near post and concede the corner. Derkach feeding Dobrovolski. Well in the second division, seemingly making their inexorable rise back to the first. Good work, Kolivanov now. Well, Kiriakov should have gone himself. He's to substitute Neyman. Well marshalled by Phil Chard, but back to him again. Cross comes in, aimed towards that far side to Novgorodov. Gary Bellamy with a header away, and captain Ali Robertson. Only as far as Andre Moe though. And the defender, ooh, just ahead of substitute name. Kostin goes bursting outside him on the right. Dobrovolski into the Wolves half, and he's got lots of options open to him. It's Kostin back inside. Kiriakov now trying to get his way past Mark Venus, but the danger not clear though now as Kolivanov finds space for the shot. Plenty of options. It's 3-on-3, 4-on-4. Dobrovolski, surely he'll try the shot. Phil, he earns the corner. Not a good corner there. But Neyman now feeds it inside. Well, Andre Moe. Yes. Vaughan. Derkach steals it. Danger for Wolves now. But Nigel Vaughan, after having conceded it, comes back. Kostin. Derkach. Kolivanov cuts inside, finding space for the shot. Just Mutch to chase. That's a good curling cross. It's still in play. Bull. Dennison. Dennison now running at the Russian defence. Nigel Vaughan. Well, his shot hit Steve Bull. I think it was goal bound had it not hit the Wolves striker. Keith Downing. Dobrovolski feeds it across for Derkach, but Phil Derkach now. Kiriakov. Kolivanov tries to get round the back of the Wolves defence. And that's it. The full 90 minutes.